Welcome to Ford High School Weekly. I'm your host, Keondre Young. Today we're going to get up close and personal with the state champion himself and Del City star, Keondre Young. But first, we have highlights from our first Ford Game of the Week soccer doubleheader featuring Booker T. Washington and Jinx. Here are Mike Ziegenhorn and Brian Harvey with the highlights.
There's one save by Thomas.
And here we see the second one coming up here. That's another great reflex save. She gets her body down quickly and again bravely throwing herself to the ground to smother that ball here. And again we see the goal. One more time. Snapshot. Great look. And that's the one that takes them to victory.
That was all the action in the first half. In second half, there you see Thomas again, save on that shot on goal. And just Jinx really putting the pressure on in the last 8 to 10 minutes of this match.
This is another great double save, one with the hand and then gathering the ball up. Tremendous job, and this is the save of the night.
Yep.
Great look on goal. She does tremendously well to get by her defender, gets the shot off. Thomas is there to equal to the task. It tells you a little bit about how the game went. But Jenks, obviously, when you look at it, 9 shots on goal, 7 shots, corner kicks. I mean, they were ahead in all of the stats, but the one that counts is the ball in the back of the net and the keeper who kept them out.
All right, 1-0, Piper Zafransky. The game winner at 38-23 in the first half. Let's take a look at the highlights from the boys' game. A match started a little bit erratic, but then Jinx settled down and they got things rolling in the first half. Right here, their first goal of the game from Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, it was a very clever goal, a great lead-in pass there, and he's one-on-one with the keeper. Has the ability to put the ball into the far part of the net. And again, we see it one more time, and it's worth another look. A little bit fortunate, but a great finish.
That made it 1-0, 14:32 in, and then Jinx getting ready to strike again. Nathan Weeks at the 26-28 mark.
It was a great diagonal pass. I mean, I'd like to see it again. I mean, we don't get the whole big picture here, but I don't know whether he got in early behind him or whether he just ran in behind and the defender fell asleep. But anyway, and a great save there by the keeper. You can see, stood up big, made himself a big target there. But that's the goal of the game. That is a very, very difficult skill, taking the ball out of the air first time and having the ability to direct it into the goal.
That's Booker T's Max Trillo. Cut the lead to 2-1 with about 8 minutes to go, but Jinx held on.
The stat at halftime was so far adrift from what the final stats were to end this game. But all in all, I think a deserved victory by Jinx, but heck of a performance by Booker T in the second half, making this a great high school soccer match.
Next Tuesday, Jinx meets Union at 6 o'clock for the girls' game and 8 o'clock for the boys' game right here on YourView. But up next, it's Del City's Keondre Young on the joy of winning a state championship and what it's like to be in the zone when Ford High School Weekly returns. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. I'm your host, Keondre Young. On this week's episode, we got something special for you guys. The newly crowned 6A champion, my man Keondre Young of Del City. What's up, Keondre?
What's up? What's up?
How's it going, man?
It's going good. It's going good.
King of the city. How's it feel to wear the crown?
It feel amazing. Yeah, we finally got a little congratulations right now. This feel good.
So they talk about all that time with the NBA players and in college, that time after you win the championship. They say sometimes all the partying and celebrations and the pats on the back, sometimes you need a little vacation from that moment as well. How has it been these last couple of weeks for you guys?
It's been good. We've definitely got a lot of congratulations from a lot of alumni, our teachers and stuff, but we welcome it all. It feels great to get it. It feels good. We like it.
So let's talk about that championship game before we get, into your background, so to speak. how was it in the midst of the moment? Because I mean, Edmond Memorial was going hard, but it seemed like at the end you guys just came in clutch.
Yes, sir. It definitely felt good. It was a surreal moment. It was kind of, we were just so locked in. It was so locked in. It was just all just there. It was locked in.
So did it feel like it was a big moment, like in the midst of it? Did it feel like, oh man, I'm playing a championship game right now? It's a 1 point lead. We got to keep it, keep the lead or go get it back. Or did it just feel like a normal routine, normal game for you?
Definitely at the beginning, when they doing the name calling, it definitely got a different feel. Definitely, you could tell it's a championship atmosphere. But once you get in the game, the tip off goes up. It's just all you see is the inside the line, so it just becomes like a normal game once the game gets rolling.
That is one of the questions I did want to ask you. Speaking about the atmosphere at the Maybe Center during the game, when you dream about this moment, playing Oklahoma high school basketball, you envision that gymnasium being packed, your crowd, your teammates, your fan base, and the opposing team as well. It was packed, it was noisy, but it could have been a lot more. And me and you have been to a lot of atmospheres that were a lot more crucial, if so to speak. So how did it feel in that environment with a situation where playing during a pandemic and not having a full crowd in there to kind of cheer you guys on?
We're kind of used to it, dealing with it all season. But even with a bigger gym like that and more crowd being able to come because the bigger gym, it was still probably the most fans we've seen all year. So it definitely still gave us a better or a championship feeling. So it still felt like a bigger game with more crowd.
I feel you. Now answer this question for me. Did you feed off the crowd? Did you feed off the atmosphere? Because let's be honest, I mean, he was drawing them all. I mean, in the lane, 4 defenders draped on you, bang, knock it down. 3-point shot, 2 defenders in your face, knock it down. Well, what was it like? I mean, did the atmosphere bring you up to light, or was it just the situation that you were pressed into?
Honestly, I was in like such a zone at the moment that I couldn't really just even hear or see anything. Like, so when I went back and watched film of those games, I didn't see all them defenders in front of me right there. So it just felt like a normal shot that I practiced. So when I seen the guys and seen all the people that was right there, people I probably could have even passed it to, I was just locked in. It just felt like everything was gonna go in.
All right. Earlier in that game, I mentioned it in our show last week. It looked like you and Sean Padula were going back to back, head to head. Like you guys knew that you were the stars on the team, and that it was going to be on either one of your backs if you're going to bring that thing home. Did you have that in mind at all? Did you see what he was doing offensively or defensively that kind of made you push and do better during that game?
We matched up with him before. So I kind of could tell how he ended the game last time. He kind of like took over, and he kind of like helped put his team on the back, whether it was getting some layups in, drawing defenders where he can kick it out to his teammates. I knew he kind of made himself look like the guy. So I kind of took that into the next game we played him. I knew I was going to step up to help my team, just like he helped his. So I knew it was going to be a back and forth game where we was both going to be able to showcase our talents.
So, in your opinion, what was the main reason that you guys were able to, get that state championship at the end of the day?
Not giving up on each other and staying locked in, not being sped up, and keep playing our game that got us to the championship, and not changing it up when the stuff start getting more intense and games start going faster. They start hitting shots, going on runs, just to stay calm and to stay focused and don't rush your shot and just shoot your regular shot.
Now, go ahead and take it back for me. You, as a youngster playing this game that you love, how did it all start for you? Who put the ball in your hands at the beginning?
I would say my pops. He kept the ball in my hands. He was a basketball player too. He made sure I had the ball, made sure I was on a good team, good organization, helped me learn the game, and it just always connected. It just felt like it was definitely my sport.
So when did you truly recognize that you could do something with this game or become something because of this game?
I knew I could when it just started feeling natural. Because I always been able to shoot, always been able to have a shot. So it wasn't something where I had to just truly just go stupid hard. It just felt natural. It just felt like it was definitely for me. Then my height started coming into it with me. I can tell like this is my sport.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. You're about 6'7", 6'6"?
6'8". I'm 6'8".
My bad. No disrespect. No disrespect. So when did you hit your growth spurt?
It kind of came in spurts. I would say my freshman year, I was 6', 6'2", something like that. Then my sophomore year, I went to like 6'4". Junior year, 6'5", 6'6", and then senior year, 6'8".
Dang, so you think you're done growing, or you still got a couple more
I don't
inches to
know.
go?
Every year it seems like that's 1 or 2 more inches. So we're going to see in college, I go up to 6'10". It's just going to be crazy.
When Ford High School Weekly returns, we'll talk to Keyondre about who he plays for, who he wants to play like, and the satisfaction of ending his high school career with the state championship. On Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. We're talking with my man Keondre Young from the Del City Eagles. Keondre, now I asked you this previously, where you kind of take it back into a situation where when did you first start thinking about the game in a serious manner? When did the game start being important to you? But I really want to know, what's your motivation when you step out there on that court? Who do you play for? What do you play for?
I play for my family, and definitely my grandma recently passed. I kind of feel like that would help me push me in the championship game, this game. She kind of passed during the season. I kind of wore her shirt all like important and like before very important games. Definitely wore her shirt. Had it on my shoes. I probably don't notice it now, but it was definitely on my championship shoes. And I'd say that probably would push me the most.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, man, but with that adversity, I mean, who helped you along the way?
Parents and my brothers and sisters, definitely family members and teammates and coaches. Definitely helped me focus and use it to let me keep working and use it to drive me.
Now, throughout your years of playing basketball, I'm sure you've heard this before. I mean, there's a player that you look real similar to. I mean, you even got the nickname. I heard him in the stands yelling "Slim, Slim, Slim." So who do you model your game after, and where did that nickname come from?
People say they see a lot of KD. I kind of try to model my game after kind of like Jason Tatum. I kind of try to model my game after him. I'd say my name, it came from my coach freshman year. He always say my name Keyondre, but it was too long. He had to hurry up, get some just quicker. My size, I was slim, so he was slim, came quick.
So it was Kevin Durant always the player that you looked up to when you were younger, or has it always just been a mixture of guys, or is it another player, if that?
Oh no, it definitely been KD. I try to model and see how he moved with his size, trying not to get pushed off balance or always being able to get to his shots to where size really doesn't matter. Where it's good to have size, but if you don't have it, you gotta know how to work with it and use it to an advantage. So I definitely try to watch that game and use that.
Right on, right on. So you got the gold ball, check. You about to graduate, check. What's next for your Keondre?
I'm looking calling college and putting on. I definitely want to go to college and work and don't let it stop here. I got to feel like what I need to do. and to keep bettering myself and being able to compete on the next level, and definitely try to get my team to the tournament next year.
So who's that team going to be?
Valparaiso in Indiana.
So how did that come about? How was the recruiting process for you?
It was very different. Uh, Growing up, I always hear about recruiting going this way, doing that, visits, but with COVID happening my senior year, it didn't really go like that. So it was kind of like a lot of virtual and a lot of stuff online, Zoom meetings. So when I was talking to them, I was all I could see. Like I never been to the campus before, so it was just all you gotta do. You have to have a lot more trust in your coaches and believe in them, and have a strong connection with times that's going on now.
So was that why you made the decision to go there? You just felt more comfortable with that coaching staff from the meetings that you've had previous?
Yeah, we built a great relationship. Uh, I knew they believed in me, gave me confidence, make sure to make me feel wanted, like we really want you here. Uh, I love the program. Great fans so far. They've been good to welcome me, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see you on that big stage. Maybe see you in that NCAA tournament.
Yes, sir.
So, man, March Madness is going on right now. Is there anybody that you were expecting to have some success or didn't have some success? Any brackets ruined for you?
It was a couple upsets I didn't plan on, but I had ORU upsetting a lot of teams. I watched a few of their games, and I knew they was gonna be a good Cinderella team that was gonna surprise a lot of people. Uh, but my team, Illinois, got put out that I had winning, so I'm out of it. But yeah,
Dang, man. So you had ORU as the Cinderella making the Sweet 16?
yeah, I had them winning it.
What is it? One of the hometown, you seen them play before? What was the magic?
I seen them play a little bit, and I watched their games, recent games, and I was kind of listening to the announcers and stuff, and listen to how they talked to about them, and they all saying like they were saying what I was seeing, that they were going to shock a lot of teams and maybe be a team that upsets a lot of teams, and I kind of took that on and went in and put it in my bracket.
Man, next year, me and you gonna have to communicate and get this bracket pool looking right because mine ain't looking so good right now.
Oh no, I had Illinois winning the championship, and they out. I ain't got no luck either.
We gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. So going back into the beginning of this season and when it all started, you just mentioned the pandemic and playing through it. What was your expectations? What was your reality?
Uh, this year, I knew it was gonna be a tough year. With my guys being having a great season last year, with being 24-1, I knew it was gonna be a lot of pressure. With me being able to help lead my younger guys that's new and guys that really didn't get a lot of experience on varsity level last year. So I knew it was gonna be hard to lead them, but I knew I was ready for the role. So expectations, we expected nothing but a gold ball or a championship game or a state team with last year. So it was just I expected it in myself and I expected it in the team.
Well, I got one more question for you before you get out of here, man. I want you to take your time when you answer this. After everything that you guys have been through throughout your growing up as kids, playing this year during the pandemic, not getting a chance to compete last year for a state championship, going through the passing of your grandmother and everything that you've gone through this year, what did winning that state championship mean to you? And what are you going to take from it going throughout the rest of your life?
It really means everything. It's really every kid's dream to win the championship they senior year. You really want to go out with that. You just expect it, and you expect nothing less. Playing your last game of high school, and it's the last everybody's game of high school. It's a championship, and you really want to win it. It was definitely a good send off present, to where it's kind of like you had no regrets. You know that you worked for it, and you kind of like completed the high school level, you know, and you want to take that winning and learning experience and take it to college with you and build from there.
Remember, basketball fans, keep an eye out on Keyondre at Valpo. Next, we'll review Tuesday's Ford Game of the Week soccer match between Jinx and Union on Ford High School Weekly. Welcome back to Ford High School Weekly. Union and Jinx enjoy one of the best rivalries in Oklahoma. Tuesday night, they meet at Union in the girls-boys soccer doubleheader. The boys game is their first meeting since their Classic State Championship match in 2019.
Looking forward to the match against Union. Still trying to do some film study on them because we have not seen them play yet this year. Our only taste was last championship match in that state final. But they always have good players. They have a good coach. So again, it's all preparation leading up into those two games and not veering too far with what we want to do with our system and our play. Because if we do that, that's not a good thing to do.
Well, let me tell you, a good thing for you to do is to watch the Ford Game of the Week Tuesday night when Jinx visits Union. Girls play at 6 and boys play at 8 on Your View Channel 3.
3 seconds, 2 seconds at the buzzer on the way, and it's good.
Be sure to go to yourview.com/OK for highlights and replays of the Ford Game of the Week. Check out our podcast from past episodes at yourview.com/OK. Remember, only the best in Oklahoma make the Ford High School Weekly. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Deon Amade.